Hi, I am Emily Weiss with Shore West Realtors, and I have with me today Brian Bigotka from Wisconsin Mortgage Corporation, and we are going to be talking about a very exciting subject, which is mortgage pre-approval. Now, this is the process by which you don't have a mortgage yet, but you have a lender who is willing to say that you are pre-approved to get a mortgage, and that a lender has looked at a lot of your information and can write you this letter so that when you go in with your offer, you have this letter. Hi, I am Emily Weiss with Shore West Realtors, and I have with me today Brian Bigotka from Wisconsin Mortgage Corporation, and we are going to be talking about a very exciting subject, which is mortgage pre-approval. Now, this is the process by which you don't have a mortgage yet, but you have a lender who is willing to say that you are pre-approved to get a mortgage, and that a lender has looked at a lot of your information and can write you this letter so that when you go in with your offer, you have this letter that explains that you are creditworthy to make an offer on this type of a house. Every buyer must have a pre-approval letter before they even start looking at homes. And this is because homes are going so fast in this market. And if you see a home that you really want, that you're really excited about, and you want to put an offer in the very next day and you don't have a pre-approval letter, you can't put that offer in. It's going to take a while for you to meet with someone and have that lender go through your information and make sure that you're pre-approved and give you that pre-approval letter. So you want that before you even start looking at a house. You don't want to fall in love with the house and not be able to even put your offer in yet. We are still in a seller's market right now with a very low inventory. So most houses are selling very fast. We're seeing houses go in 3 to 10 days still. So as a buyer, you want to come in with a strong offer quickly. If you have a pre-approval letter, it's going to enable your real estate professional to get that offer in quickly, and then you'll be competitive with the other offers that are coming in. Now, the strongest offer would be cash, but a lot of buyers are still financing. So your next best bet from cash, if you're financing, is to have that pre-approval letter from a qualified lender. Now, another reason to get pre-approved is it's going to help you set your budget. So you may feel like you can do the calculation and set your budget, and maybe you can. However, if you have an expert who's going through your income and your assets and your debits and all that sort of thing, you're going to have an expert help you set your budget. So again, you won't be wasting your time looking at houses that are above or below your price range. You'll have that price range from your lender, which will help you narrow down what you need to look at and what you can buy. And that expert advice is actually here today with Brian. So I've got a question for you, Brian.
Okay.
Can you tell us more about how pre-approval can educate a buyer?
Right. So not only do we issue the pre-approval so someone can make an offer, I do use that time to help educate the buyer on the whole loan process and kind of what they can expect throughout the process, and what they can and cannot afford. What they can and cannot afford could encompass two things. It could be your monthly payment, which is going to include your principal, interest, real estate tax, and insurance, as well as what is going to be needed at the closing table, your down payment and your closing costs. So I like to educate them on that piece, and also just give them an understanding of all the different loan products that are out there. Not everyone is going to qualify for a conventional loan at 20% down, and that's okay. There's a lot of different loan programs to help people get into the homes that they want to get into. Another thing that we talk about is credit, and during that process, there could be some things on your credit report that could be an error, it could be an issue that might be something that can be corrected pretty quick. So it's very important to do the pre-approval process so we can catch that stuff before it's too late. Overall, the pre-approval shows that a buyer is very serious in their home buying search.
Can you walk me through your pre-approval process?
Yes. So first of all, I like to have an introductory call with the buyer. So it's more just to kind of get to know them. They can get to know me. I can understand their time frame of their home purchase, what type of property they're looking at, what price range they're looking at. If they've seen houses already, what prices are they kind of looking at? And what is their expectation of what their monthly payment is going to be in that price range. Next, we'll do the applications. That could either be done online, it could be done in person with me, or it could be done on the phone. It's really kind of up to the buyer and how they want to handle that. During the application process, we'll review their financial situation. So that's going to be their employment history, their income, their assets, as well as their credit history. Like I said, we're going to run a credit report and we'll talk through the debts that they have on there and the credit history that they have gotten over time. Based on that financial review, we'll talk about the different loan programs that are out there. What is the best one for their financial situation? So if they do meet the criteria, we'll issue a pre-approval letter, and that is good for 90 days. Next, we'll talk about next steps. They're going to start looking for a house, and then just kind of educate them on what the next steps would be based on, after there's an offer accepted and what could be expected after that.
So Brian, what about the situation where you've got a buyer, they've got their pre-approval, they've been looking for 90 days and they haven't found anything and it's expired, and they need a new pre-approval? Is this going to be a faster process than the first time around?
Yes, it should be faster because a lot of the information that we gather during the initial stage is stuff that's not going to change. But we will have a conversation to make sure that nothing has changed that would impact what they were pre-approved for last time. It could be, there could be a job change that we need to figure out. There could be new debts. So we will run credit again to make sure that the credit history has not changed. But it should be a quicker process. It's more of updating the information that we already have. Okay, so I have some questions for you. As a real estate agent, what does it tell you about a buyer when they come to you already pre-approved?
So a buyer who comes to me with a pre-approval letter already, they've shown me that they've done their homework, that they've met with that expert. As you can tell, it's not a painful process. It's just kind of getting your ducks in a row to get ready for a pretty serious financial commitment and possibly the biggest purchase of your life, which you don't want to go into that willy-nilly. You want to go into that educated. And this is opportunity to get educated from your real estate agent, educated from your lender. And it shows me that they're ready to go and they're ready to put in a serious offer that will be taken seriously by a seller.
Okay, good. So when you're a listing agent, when you are reviewing offers with your seller, are you looking for the buyers that are offering to have a pre-approval?
Yeah, absolutely. We're still seeing multiple offers in this market, and as the seller's real estate agent, I am laying down the offers in front of them and we're looking through the pros and the cons. And the financing is the biggest thing that sellers are looking for. Is there cash? What's the down payment? Is there financing? How's the financing going to work? And if there's not a pre-approval letter along with that offer, guaranteed it's going to go to the very bottom of the pile.
Okay.
All right. If you would like to contact either me or Brian about pre-approval or any other sort of real estate issue, our contact information is listed here. And now that we have discussed the serious stuff, we can have some fun. Would you like to play some basketball?
I sure would.
All right. See you soon. All right, so goes over the snow. Brian's getting it.
Nope.
All right, here we go. Very cold ball. Very cold knee.